Valuable information is not perceived to be valuable unless you pay for it. There was an interview that I was watching earlier today, a very famous interviewer, James, at School of Hard Knocks. I think his name is James, was interviewing a man worth $1.5 billion with a B. And he went up and said, "Hey, I've got a massive channel. Can I interview you for a minute?" And the guy said, "Sure, for $1." And so James, kind of taken back a little bit, goes, "Well, I got 100. And the guy's like, "Sure, I'll do it for 100. So he takes out $100 and he pays him there and then. Now, what is that $100 for? Is it because this man knows secrets that you don't and you are paying for his time? No. This man's time is worth, even the couple of minutes they spoke, is worth so much more than $100. I cannot believe it. It has nothing to do with the amount of money. It is exclusively to do with your intention behind what you are going to do with that information. Now, I can give you the information you need, or more likely, you already have it, right? So do whatever you need to do. But are you going to change what you are currently doing? No, otherwise you already would be, right? This is why we pay for services like personal trainers, like mentors, tutors. Any of these professions essentially are pointless. They can help, I won't lie, they really can help by collating information into a neat pathway for you to work through one at a time in a system and in a way that worked for them. And if you're a similar type of person doing a similar thing, that will increase the likelihood you succeed. Amazing, that makes sense. But the real value mentors, coaches, trainers all have is the fact you are paying. When you pay, you increase your own level of accountability. You are now more likely to do the thing you said you will do because you've got skin in the game and you have given out your agency to another entity. And you've said, "Hey, you are now in control, and now I don't have a choice because I paid you." That's the point of all of this. And so at the end of this interview, this guy gave the $100 back. It was not the $100. That wasn't the point, right? All of the information we have and need out there is freely available. Almost every guy, every millionaire or billionaire this guy interviews says exactly the same thing or a variation of it. It's not new information. He's not paying for knowledge he didn't have. But I really like that concept. Because we have found it in our own tutoring company. We offer a 6-week free program purely because we have no social proof, or very limited. Yeah, we've got hundreds of reviews saying really, really nice things of people just like them. So they are likely to do it. But we're not well known, and people don't like a risk. And in my opinion, if you are not good enough to back your service with a money back guarantee, not one that I'm going to work with you forever until you get there, because why would I continue to work with someone who doesn't help me get where I want to be? Stupid. But it's actually going to put their money where their mouth is. If they don't do that, then they're not actually good enough, in my opinion. That's why we still offer it. But we take a deposit purely for having people put skin in the game, right? When we give it away for completely free, i.e. no deposit, it's still free because they get the money back at the end, or they can use it as credit. But if they don't have to put a deposit down, the number of people that show up and complete all the way to the finish line drops by 75%. Nothing else has changed apart from their willingness to actually commit to a thing. And that's what the exchange of money does in a situation like this. It is your internal conflict. If you will not exchange money for the thing you're about to do, that's your internal conflict saying, this isn't worth it to me because I know I'm not going to do it. And so we often use this in sales calls to be like, look, if you don't want to put the money down, I'm glad you don't come on board, because that tells me you actually don't want to do this, and I don't want to take your money. You decide not to show up and then don't get the results, because that's the requirement on it being free, is you actually got to do the work. And then sometimes people will turn around and go, no, I am fine, let's do this. And other times people go, yeah, actually, it's not the right fit for me. And I'm like, great, that was the point of this, right? It's for you to make a decision. So I think I'm going to steal this. I think I'm going to start putting money down for situations like this, or an equivalent, right? A proof, essentially a proof of commitment before I give away my time, value, and effort to people who don't actually want it. They think they want it, right? But they actually don't, because they're not acting on it and they're not willing to prove that they will act on it. And so I kind of like that message. I used to have this thought process as a kid that I would never do tutoring, I'd never do my first session for free because I know the value I provide. I know the results that I can get. And so if you want it, you can pay. And I kind of stuck by that for a very long time. And my perception of this has now flipped, is to say that, no, I'm willing to demonstrate this value you're going to get because I know you're going to stay and pay me so much more. And I'm very happy to do that on the condition you demonstrate commitment if we achieve the outcomes discussed. And I think that's where I stand at the moment, and I think that's where I'm going to be staying. So yeah, a lovely story, a nice little parable and a takeaway. Hopefully it helps you too. Have a great day. Peace.